of love is in your eyes, the look that time can't disguise, the look of love is saying so much more than words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, it takes my breath away. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, you've got that look of love is on your face, baby. That look that time can't erase. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start of so many nights like these. Let's take a lover's vow and seal it with a kiss. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't go. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't go. It's on your face, a look that time can't erase. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start of many nights like these. Let's take a lover's vow and seal it with a kiss. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. Don't never go. I love you so. You've got the look of love.
Hey, welcome to the Timmy Willis Show. Thanks for tuning in. You know, what we try to do here is we try to bring you exceptional talent up close and personal. And today is no exception. You're in for a real treat. It brings me great delight to bring you to the very talented and lovely Miss Beverly Bowie Taylor.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm just fine, blessed and highly favored.
All right. Well, I'm glad you took time out to stop by and talk to us.
Yeah.
You know, I want to ask you, where were you born and raised? Because that was a beautiful song, man. You had to come from some real good soil. Where was you born and raised?
Northside.
Northside.
Northside, Jacksonia, Alpine, Arch, Rebecca Place.
Yeah.
Northside.
Northside.
Central Northside.
All right, all right. You only child?
No, I come from 8. I'm the middle child.
Oh, you're right in the middle.
I'm right in the middle, number 5.
Yeah. So what was it like for you growing up on the north side, you know?
Well, I was always an active child. I mean, I loved to sing. That's my passion. But always getting in trouble, being at the playground, you know, being at parties, love parties. My mother would come hunt me down about them parties, you know.
Yeah.
But I love Northside. I always be a Northsider, even though I might be off the central Northside. I love it. I love it.
Okay. So the 8 of you, could you give us those names? Your names?
My oldest brother was Clifton Bowie, Velton Bowie Jr., Joyce Bowie. What's her name? Gloria, but they call her Karen.
Gloria?
Karen.
Oh, Gloria. Gloria. Oh, man. No. Go ahead.
Gloria Bowie, then me, then Janet Bowie, James Bowie, and Timmy Bowie. She's the baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, let me ask you this. Well, you know, what was it about singing that caught your interest? I mean, when you first got aware of singing and then decided that, hey, you know, I want to try this or I want to do this. What was it?
Well, I love harmony. I love harmony. My sisters used to have this group, and it was like 4 of them and 2 other people, and they would sit there and harmonize, and I'd listen, and I'm like, wow, that sounds so pretty. And I wanted to be in their group. And so they told me I was too little, and I couldn't be in their group. And
How old were you then?
know, I was about 8.
About 8?
I was about 8. I was like, okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's right, you know. But I love music, any kind of music, not just R&B or not just jazz or not just gospel, but, you know, contemporary music, instrumental music, opera, you know, everything except hard rock. I'm not there.
Right.
But, or hard, negative, anything negative. But I love music. I love the sound of music. To me, voices are music, you know, instruments in their own right. So I just love music, period. You know.
The first time that you sang before a group of people, do you remember where that was and who the people were? Was it at a family gathering or was it, I mean, you remember that experience?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
It was at Metropolitan Baptist Church.
Was
you
it?
know, that's where it was. I first got a chance to sing. My grandmother, actually, quiet as it's kept, was telling me, go ahead and sing. But I really didn't want to, you know, because I'm kind of on the shy side, I think. But
Well, Grandma knew you had something to
well,
offer.
I don't know if she knew or not. I think she just wanted to put me up there with the rest of the kids. That's what I think.
Okay.
You know, but I did. I sang, Yes, Jesus Loves Me. And that was the start of something big, you know, for me.
Yeah.
Because I had been doing it secretly
Yeah.
in the attic, but, you know.
So how did that make you feel, though, being up there and singing in front of people? What that feeling was for you?
At 8 or 9 or 11, whatever it was, I was nervous. You know what I mean? I was nervous, but it was still a rush, an excitement. Like, oh, wow, I can do what I've been doing upstairs in the attic now, you know, in front of people, and show my sisters that I could sing a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So it was a rush. It was a rush.
Yeah, so at that point, that let you know that you wanted to experience that again and do that again. I mean, at that point, were you saying that, you know what, I might want to make this pursue this as a career, or or you were just enjoying just the fun of singing in front of people?
I was just enjoying it at
Yeah.
that time. I was enjoying it. You know, I wasn't really focused as to, I want to be a big singing star or nothing like that. Just loving music.
Right, right. Now, what about school? Did you do any singing when you were, like, say, in elementary, junior high school?
Oh, I was part of many female groups
Yeah.
formed on the north side. I can remember at least 3 female groups that I was in. And one, we were actually on the Joe Negri show, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were on the Joe Negri show. We had on our outfits, and we were had red on, and which is my favorite color.
Mine's too.
And it was just nice.
No. Was this from school? This is formed from school? Or this was
just the
outside
neighborhood.
of school?
Just the neighborhood.
Okay, well, what about school, though? I'm saying.
Well,
when you...
in school, we still had our groups. I mean, I've always been in choir and.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, Fletcher Tomlin, Billy Hawkins, we all come from the same choir in junior high school up into high school. That's where I met Billy Hawkins in junior high school. And we always sang somewhere, you know, be it in a talent show or in the choir or, you know, giving the teacher a hard time,
Right.
you know, but he enjoyed it.
Yeah. Now, did you carry that on into high school as well?
Yes.
Singing in the choir?
Yes, in the choir, and went from high school choir to all city choir.
Oh.
And we were in an all-city talent show, which was kind of, it was nice, but I must say I messed it up. I did. I got up there and forgot the words.
No, you didn't.
It was Never Can Say Goodbye, and they wanted me to say goodbye when I messed up that song like that. I forgot the words, but anyway.
So the art of improvising wasn't with you at that time?
No, I was just like stuck on stupid right then, you know.
That's interesting, man. The All City Choir was a choir that was constructed of supposedly the best singers in the city of Pittsburgh school system.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's good that you that you was recommended. Well, who was your music teacher at that time? You remember?
I think his name was Mr. Hill.
Mr. Hill, yeah.
Mr. Hill. You remember Mr. Hill?
I remember Mr. Hill.
Mr. Hill.
Yeah.
Mr. Hill. I don't know what happened to him. You?
No, I haven't seen or heard that name in quite a while. But so junior high school, are we talking Latimer?
Latimer, then Allegheny when it was.
And then Allegheny when it was a high school, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. Now another thing that you brought to my attention, and you did mention the name, that you sang in a quartet with William, or we call him Billy Hawkins, Agnes Reed, and Rob Turner.
Yes.
Those are some pretty heavyweights, man. How was that? How was that experience for you?
Actually,
singing with them?
It was beautiful. We did songs like Love Jones and Been Such a Long Time, and I forget other things by New Birth, but it was just like off the chain. You know? It's amazing. It didn't go anywhere, but we all went our different directions. But it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, actually, I mean, you sang with a lot of people in a lot of different bands. Would you like to share with some of who some of those were?
Luther, Dejanette, Mark Strickland, Billy Mancini, Rodney McCoy, Tim Stevens, Dwayne Dolphin, you know. So it's been quite a few people that I've worked with. They probably don't even know, you know, I mean, I just would sit in and sing with them and, you know, but, you know, they come across so many vocalists. You know, they know. Remember, but anyway, a lot of people.
Well, of all the different musical styles that you do sing, do you have a favorite, or all of them do you like them all equally, or?
My favorite is jazz.
Is that
Simply because you can freestyle. You don't have to sound just like this person or just like that one. Because when people hear you do someone's material, they expect you to sound just like that person. And I'm a free spirit, you know what I mean? I'm not going to try. If I do a song by whoever, it's not going to be just like that. Don't even expect it, because it's not. It's totally different, you know. My creativity kicks in and pow, it's here, there, everywhere, you know, so.
Yeah, you got more freedom
Yes, you
in
do.
that style of singing.
Yes, you do. I like jazz. I love gospel. I like R&B, but I also like opera. I like the purity of opera, you know, because a lot of black people don't like opera for whatever reason.
It's like
But
hockey.
yeah, but I like to be able to take it all and intertwine and mix it up, you know, so you can hear me, you know, so you don't have to hear Anita Baker or you don't have to hear Whitney Houston, whatever. You're hearing Beverly Bowie Taylor.
Right,
So.
right. Now, I know when I was younger, man, I used to go down the basement and I'd be down there practicing like I'm going to do when we leave here. Now, as a vocalist, do you practice vocally, or
All the
did you
time.
practice vocally?
All the time. Washing dishes, cleaning up, changing babies, cooking,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. I mean, you would have thought I was Miss Seeley on The Color Purple. I'd be just, you know, mopping and cleaning. Sister, you know, I mean, I just loved it. I mean, but
singing.
you don't need a particular time to practice because anytime you sing, you're practicing. So,
Right.
yeah, that's me.
Well, I tell you, with 8 brothers and sisters, man, I mean, it's interesting to know how they take to all this singing. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Beverly's brother James. Be right back in a second. No matter what it is we're doing in life, you know, we all need support. And Beverly is very fortunate to have loving support of her family. And we have her brother James here is going to agreed to stop by to talk to us. How you doing, man?
Good. Yourself?
All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I want to ask you, you remember the first time you heard your sister sing?
My mom used to always send me with her when she go to practice in her bands. You know, I was like her little brother protector, snitch, you know.
Yeah.
But I used to hear her, you know, sing, and I was like, wow, that's my sister. She's going to be a star one day, and I'm going to be her protector, you know.
Right.
So I felt good when I hear her. It motivates me when I hear my sister sing, you know.
Yeah.
So most people have stars, sports stars and stuff like that. I always idolized her, sort of.
Yeah.
So, you know, my sister's my hero.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Now, she's a beautiful person. You know, y'all come from a beautiful family. But what part of her personality do you think that it accents her singing?
Oh, she's bubbling. You know, she likes to spread joy. You know, it's like every time she goes out there, you know, share the smile and like to dance and like to have fun.
Right.
So it just makes you feel that way as well. So.
Yeah. Now, do you attend all of her performances?
Not all of them, but most of them I do.
You do?
You know, yeah. I'm a big supporter.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Now, of all the performances that you've been to so far to this date, do you have a most memorable?
Oh, yeah. We were at my nephew's wedding. She sung a beautiful, beautiful song, The Lord's Prayer. And as she was stepping down after her performance, she did one of the most funniest episodes, and she fell. And I thought I would just lose it. But the song was wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So.
It's one of the moments you'll never forget.
Oh,
huh?
man. I don't think nobody attended that wedding. Forget that.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. What else do you do to support your sister as far as her singing?
Sometimes we do duos, you know. I hear her, and then she said, well, my brother, she wants to include me on some of the things she do. You know, through our life, we always did because we were always close.
Okay.
So, you know, she'll call me up and say, this is my, you know, my little brother, James, blah, 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 you know. So that's a motivating in itself, so.
Yeah. So you're a singer as well?
I do karaoke.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Old school cameo.
Yeah, there you go. Now, so in other words, she inspired you as far as for you to start singing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, you know, when I hear her sing, it's like I feel like the chills coming through there. You know,
Yeah.
It's like I heard Anita Baker for the first time. I went running down the steps and said, "You can do this. You sound better than her." She said, "Ah." So she started listening. And up and behold, here she is, a star.
Yeah.
Always will be one in my eyes.
Well, I tell you what, man, maybe we can get a CD out of both of y'all together, huh?
That'd be nice.
That's doable?
Yeah, always.
Oh, we're going to
Always.
be looking forward to that.
Always.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you mentioned it a little bit earlier about when you hear your sister sing it does something, it affects you in a certain way.
Well, we were real close, and we'll always be close, you know. All 8 of us were close. And the bond that brings makes me feel so good. Like she said earlier, not only does she do R&B, she does gospel. Our parents brought us up in the church, what made us, you know, appreciate each other, you know. The one thing she said before my parents passed away, they said, "You're all you got," and that's all we do together is be close.
Right. Well, I tell you one thing, man. I really appreciate you coming on and taking time to talk to us.
I appreciate you
and
having me.
Yeah, and I know Beverly appreciates your support, man. So keep doing that and keep. Where's the camera at? Okay, where we at? Okay, right here. Keep listening out for James Bowie. He's coming out with a CD. I'm gonna talk him into it. We're gonna make that happen. All right. Okay. So what about another song from your lovely sister? You up for that?
I would love to hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to you, Miss Beverly Bowie Taylor.
The time is right. You hold me tight, and love's got me high. Please tell me yes. Don't say no, honey, not tonight. I need to have you next to me in more ways than one. I refuse to leave till I see the morning sun creep through my window pane, 'cause love won't let me wait. Not another minute, baby. The time is right. Turn down the lights and take my hand. Go take a flight and spend the night in Wonderland. Move a little close to me. You owe it to yourself. I will selfishly take a little for myself. It's because of you that love won't let me wait. Baby, yeah. I need your love so desperately, and only you can set me free. When I make love to you, we'll explode in ecstasy. I won't take the blame. That love won't let me wait. Baby, yeah, love won't let me wait. My temperature's rising, I'm fantasizing. Love won't let me wait. Gotta have your loving, yeah. Ooh, love won't let I'm here waiting. I'm here waiting. Ooh, oh, I'm waiting right here. I've been waiting for you. I'm waiting. I've been waiting. The closer I get to you, I'm waiting for you, baby. Ooh, I'm waiting. Yeah. The closer I get to you.
That was a beautiful song you done.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it and what you done to it, man. It was a beautiful thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I really enjoy your singing. Now I'm gonna tell you something. When I was growing up, I used to watch like the Ed Sullivan Show, and Johnny Carson if I was allowed to stay up late, but it was always one performer that always caught my attention, and he was the godfather of soul, the hardest working man in show business, Mr. Please Please himself, James Brown. That was my biggest musical influence, you know, and I said all that to ask you, do you have one or several that influenced you even when you were a child?
Yes, I do. Where shall I begin? Natalie Cole, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, Sarah Vaughan. Sarah Vaughan. I really love, right now, Rochelle Farrell.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though she's now, today, let us see, Jill Scott, you know. But back in the day, it was mainly Aretha, Gladys Knight. I thought I was Natalie Cole. Natalie Cole and Whitney Houston, you know. So there were quite a few, you know. But in the jazz arena, it was Sarah Vaughan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I know when I was back in the 70s, I used to go down to the Stanley Theater a lot. And I used to, matter of fact, I very seldom missed a concert that came through down there. And there was a group that I used to really enjoy. It was a group called the Barcades. And they had a drummer, his name was Michael Beard. And I remember one time I went to see him, and he did this drum solo. And he, in the middle of his drum solo, he set his drumsticks on fire. And I never forgot that. And so what I did is I started incorporating that into my drum soloing, you know what I mean? And I said that to say, were there certain things about some of the female vocalists that you just mentioned that you kind of like maybe use some of their technique or something like that and meshed it in with your own style? Did you do some of that as well?
I did. I take bits and pieces of each person that I admire, you know, because I don't want to sound just like anyone, and kind of intertwined it and made it my own because I love, there's parts of songs that I do love that only Aretha can do. There's parts that only Gladys Knight can do, and even Sarah Vaughan, her sassiness, you know. I take it all and put it into one mold and try to make it my own.
Now, did you do like I did? I mean, as far as like the Ed Sullivan Show, Johnny Carson, when you found out like maybe Aretha Franklin was coming on, did you make it your business to be in front of the TV, or just didn't, or that didn't interest you?
You know, you're making me work and think here. Think back. Yeah, I used to sneak, but because we went to bed by a certain time, we were supposed to. But I'd go to bed and I would sneak out and turn on the TV thinking my parents didn't hear me. They did. You know, and would tell me to cut it off. I cut it down. But yeah, when I could, I did.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Now, I know you sing all kind of different styles of music, but as far as the jazz singing, how did you get introduced to singing jazz?
Actually, one day on the north side, I ran into Luther DeJournay. And he introduced me to the jazz. I mean, you know, to the point that I really wanted to sing it. I liked it, but I had never really sang it. And I started working with him, and He taught me the different standards, and he gave me the flexibility to do what I wanted to do with it. You know, sing it, learn the song, but then after that, do what you want with it. Mm-hmm. So that's how I was really introduced to jazz, through Luther.
Yeah.
You know. So.
That's good. Now, I know you also said that you sang in some vocal groups before. Now, would you welcome that situation again, you know, with maybe an all-girls group or something like that, where you can sing, you know, 3-part harmony once again?
I would do that, but not with all girls. Mm-hmm. That's, no.
May I ask why?
I would rather work with a mixture, male and female, because I like the brassiness and the sultriness of guys. You know, I like the prettiness of the female singers. Mm-hmm. I like the combination of the two. And sometimes working with females can be a little tense.
Okay.
I used to be in an all-male group, and I was the only female. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
You know, guys are quite different from working with all females. You know, it's quite different, quite interesting. But I liked it.
So what was the name of the group?
The Uniques.
The Uniques.
Yeah, it was David Moore, Richard Williams.
David Moore on drums.
David Moore on drums.
Richard Williams on guitar?
He was on guitar, but there was also Wesley Goodman.
Oh, Wesley Goodman.
James Farmer. Bobby Johnson. There was a whole lot of them. Yeah, there was a whole lot.
Bad,
the Uniques, they called Uniques, and they featured me. But
yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As my brother said, now that is when he used to go to rehearsals with me, because I wasn't allowed to go with all those guys without my little brother. Yeah. I don't know what he was supposed to do, but anyway. You know, he went as my protector. Mm-hmm. You know, but it was a lot. It was about 8 guys and me.
Now, did you guys perform at different places?
We did. We actually did. We did a couple of outside gigs, and I think we did a talent show somewhere. I mean, that was so long ago. But I'm just saying, we did.
Yeah. We did. Well, any most memorable performance with that particular band, or a most memorable moment for you when you think about that period?
It's too far back. It was just an experience working with that many talented guys. Mm-hmm. And as we have grown older, you know, and spread out, you still hear their names periodically here and there.
Yeah.
You know, I see Richard all the time at Mount Arret. David, also at Mount Arret.
Okay.
And a couple of them, Kenny Harris. Mm-hmm. He's not in Pittsburgh anymore. Wesley's not here. But the ones I do see, you know, it just created a bond between us.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see them.
Yeah, because I used to come check y'all out back in the day.
Yeah,
man.
that was back in the day.
Yeah.
It was back in the day.
Yeah. Now, you know, you're multi-talented. Now, you was also in a very famous play, too. Would you like to tell us about that?
Oh, Mama, I Want to Sing. Yes, I portrayed Doris Winters. She sang that song, Just One Look.
Just One Look.
Yeah, that song. Well, I was Doris, little Doris. And I've done it about 4 times.
Yeah.
At different locations in Pittsburgh. So that was fun. That was fun. I had did a previous play, but it wasn't as, you know, broad as that one.
Well,
so,
how did you get involved with that?
Actually, child, I can't remember. I can't remember. It was somebody who asked. Somebody just called me on the phone, and they needed a high soprano.
Oh, so somebody who was aware of your talents.
Exactly. Yeah. Had told someone else, and someone else called me, and
right.
And I accepted. And I'm like, what are you doing? You know.
Yeah.
But it was an experience, and I'll do it again. I hope. Not that particular play, but another play.
So you welcome those situations again?
Oh, I loved it. You know what I mean? Because I think I've been an actor since I was 8.
Yeah. Ever since you said, I didn't touch that TV.
Before that.
Now, what about writing? Do you do any writing at all?
I do. I have written songs. I love to write poetry. I'm real deep. You know what I mean? I think I've expressed that I'm very emotional. So I just let my emotions come out where they may.
Okay.
You know?
Well, let's talk about the songs right now. You said you've written some songs.
Well, yeah, I've
Okay.
worked a lot with, do you remember Melvin Johnson?
Yeah, Melvin Johnson.
Yeah, I wrote songs with him.
I've been trying to find Melvin. So
He's in
Melvin, if you
Atlanta.
out there, wherever I know you, last time I talked to you, I helped you move to Atlanta. I lost your phone number, and hopefully you lost mine because I ain't heard from you. So give me a call. Anyway.
Mark Strickland,
Yeah.
Luther, we have wrote songs, tons and tons of songs, you know, together. But I'm good at writing lyrics, arranging lyrics, and things like that. And I love doing it.
So what about, have you recorded any of them?
The songs?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have?
Yes, with Mark and with Melvin. You know,
Okay.
it just didn't take off the way I'd hoped. I'm in process of doing a CD with
Yeah.
Mark. Yeah.
Okay, that's what that was my next question.
Yeah, I'm in
Are we going to
process.
get a CD out of you?
Yes. I do have a little Christmas CD, you know, that I
Uh-huh.
give out to friends.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Okay, now let's turn the page. What about any other type of writing do you do?
Besides the poetry,
No, that's what I'm talking about.
oh,
The poetry.
I have books and books of poetry that I have written.
Now, how did this all get started?
I don't know. It's just come out as one of my emotions. You know, just
You
whatever
remember
I'm
how
feeling.
old you were when you first wrote your,
now that came
wrote
out-
your first poem?
That came out later. I want to say that came out in my teenage years when I was involved with my first boyfriend. You know, I start writing because he broke my heart.
Oh,
Yeah. But anyway,
you want to say his name? No, that's all right.
nah. Anybody from the North Side might know.
Okay.
But anyway, you know, it came out through that.
Yeah.
And just went on and on and on. So I have books and books of poetry. So
Any thoughts of maybe publishing a book of your poetry?
I have thought about it, but you know, I'm trying to do one thing at a time. You know, because if you focus on too many areas, you don't get anything done. You know.
Right.
So, but I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to have a poem that you could read for us today, would you?
I sure do.
You do?
I sure do. You want me to step up there?
Oh, you can stand right there.
What you say? This is a poem that I had wrote after the death of my son, and it's called I Rise. Through yesterday's misgiving, I keep right on living, enduring heartache and pain. Keep on striving, much to gain. I rise. When the world turns away, yet professes a new day, while evil is all around, trying to knock me back down, I rise. No, I can't take any more. All these maybes, nothing's sure. Closed doors holding me in. Seems I have lost, just can't win. Still, I rise. There is a key to my heart. He has known from the start all that I would go through, everything I must do. One day to be the very best, striving to pass every test. Thank you, Jesus, I am alive. Because of you, I rise.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, you said you wrote that in association with your son's death?
Oh, yeah, because he was murdered in 1999. And I thought my world was just over. You know, it took me a while to get back.
Oh, okay.
You know, to do anything. I'm like, oh, well, it was just like a bad dream. But, you know, thank God I came back. You know, he gave me the strength to know that I have to keep going. I have to keep doing whatever he has for me to do.
Yeah.
So I rise. I'm here.
All right, beautiful poem. You know, Beverly is multi-talented, and she's going to be doing her own television show here, and we're going to come back and talk about that in 2.3 seconds. Don't go away. For those of you just joining us, you missed it. But stay tuned because we're talking to multi-talented vocalist, lyricist, poet, Miss Beverly Bowie Taylor. Now, as I said, you're planning on doing your own TV show.
Correct.
Yeah, would you tell us about that?
Well, one of my first visions is to have a show about victims of violence. You know, with my son being murdered as he was, I don't want to just focus on the murders. I'd like to focus on family reactions, how family members deal with, death of a loved one. I would like to let them know that even though they're going through what they're going through, they can get through it. Because so many people fall apart. I was in counseling, I was in groups, and some of the family members just took it so many different ways, But I think when you open up, I know for me, when I opened up and I talk about it, it helps. It's a healing process. Mm-hmm. But I also want to focus on these young children that don't have any kind of positive aspirations in their life. I'd like to reward them for anything positive that they're doing and let them know that it's just not all lost. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Young African Americans, we have a future. They have a future, but we as adults are here for them, And me knowing what or how, the mothers and watching my son, the sons, the sisters, the aunts, the whoever, what they go through after the murder of these children. I just want to be able to open up, to help, to reach out, and to help heal, people.
Okay.
So that's my vision.
Have you come up with a title for your show yet?
Not yet.
Okay, well, stay tuned.
Not yet.
She's
yet.
coming.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what are other plans you have for the future? Any other plans you have for the future?
Oh my, my mind is a busy place. I'd like to do things like putting together fashion shows.
Okay.
And interact that with musicians and vocalists that can weave their way in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just put the vocalist and the fashion world together. Because I think one highlights the other or vice versa. And I'd like to have a variety show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty much out there to help. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking to be a star.
Okay. Even though you are.
I don't know about that, but I know that I feel good about what I'm doing, and I want to help someone else. That's my whole thing, helping someone else, helping the younger people along the way.
Okay. So what about your singing? Are you performing a lot nowadays, or what? What is that like?
Well, I'm freelancing wherever and whatever, I can get, I do. I do weddings, I do funerals, I do banquets, I do whatever I'm asked to do if I'm available, so.
So you don't have a steady band?
No, not right now.
Or do you want one, or you don't? That's because by choice.
Well, it's kind of hard to get a band together now.
Is it?
It's hard to get commitment.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You find people that they say they want to do this. Oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. But when it comes time to actually do it, they don't do it. Yeah. And if I'm going to present myself as a vocalist or in a group, I want the whole picture. I don't want to just look good and sound good. I want everything, presented the right way.
Right.
So, and it's hard. You may find somebody that sound good and look horrible.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So, or the presentation. So I'm just, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do in the group realm, but I know I'm gonna continue singing.
Yeah. Okay. So if someone would need, say that maybe they need a background vocalist or somebody to help them out with their CD or something like that, would you be open for something like that?
Oh, I'm very open to that.
So you're open to helping other people with their projects as well?
Exactly. You know, even on my own project, I do all my background vocals.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do all the parts.
Okay.
So if you just looking for somebody to help you arrange, or, you know, if you can't find 3 girls, call me. I'll do them all.
That's cool. Well, how can they get in touch with you again?
Well, I do have an email, which is MANN 910 @verizon.net. And I
Okay.
will respond,
Okay.
you know.
I might need you to help me out, man. I might go on the road or something.
No, I'll help a brother out.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I really appreciate you coming on, man. It's really been pleasurable. This is the last episode of the Timmy Willis Show for 2008, and what a better way to go out, man.
I thank you for having me. You know, I think it's just, I humble myself to you because I don't know what made you ask, but whatever
Well,
the reason,
I know talent when I see and hear talent.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So would you do me a favor? Would you please leave us with one of those beautiful, beautiful songs?
My pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Beverly Bowie Taylor.
Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. And I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. You might say that you're leading me on. It's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice I'm hopelessly lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, should I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove? I'm misty and too much in love, in love, in love, in love. You might say that you're leaving